Oh, one thing that will keep me up at night is if I hear the bzzz. It is a tough go of things to have any kinds of mosquitoes or gnats or anything in your home. And sometimes the solutions can be messy, they can be sticky, they can be unsightly, they can just be downright disturbing. Not this. This is such a sophisticated way to repel anything that you don't want flying or crawling around your home. It's by Bell+Howell. These are the Pest Repellers. Your complete home kit will come to you looking like what you just saw. You'll plug it into any outlet, just like you're seeing here. And you're not going to think of it again. You won't hear anything, you won't smell anything, you're not going to get anything sticky on your fingers. It will repel the pests just using a frequency that is silent to our ears coming from that socket. Now, the best part of this is truly the amount that you're getting, because you are not going to have one part of your house that's protected and one part that is not. You will be getting a 12-pack of these, and it even turns into a socket on the side to continue using your socket. Wow. They're about $1 a piece to get home on Flex. We have Lou Caputo here with us.
Okay, so, hi. Good morning, everyone. No, that was an old video,
I was going to say, I don't think so.
You know, some weird things are happening every once in a while here. So this set is actually our basic model, okay, which they all work the same. Let's just say that off the top, okay, in terms of effectiveness, okay? This is the basic model. That's why you're getting 12 of them, so you could put one in every single room in the house. And that's important, because when you understand the way that these work, it'll make sense. Now, by the way, what you're looking at right here is not 12. This is 11. We only had one set. So we had to take one and plug it in, all right? So that's 11, and you're getting one more that's plugged in right here. Now, see that little red light right there? You're going to see it flash every once in a while, that LED on that. That is the only way that you at home are going to know that this is working. Well, that and the fact that you won't see any pests. Yep. But that's the way, because you can't hear it. And that's the amazing thing about this. And that's why so many people out there are skeptical about getting these. And it's one of the most frequently asked questions I get is, you know, do they work? Are they effective? I have been using these for over a decade easily, okay? We've never had any problems with pests. Now, what kinds of pests? Because we actually did testing on these. There are 5 distinct pests that we say these work against, okay? It's rats, mice. One thing that's missing on there, ants, roaches, and spiders.
Oh,
okay?
they're like
rats, mice, ants, roaches,
the worst of the worst
spiders.
of the worst.
Yes, it's like the rogues gallery. It's like all the pests that we all hate. Here's the funny thing. Everybody has problems with these pests, especially now that we're in summertime, and they are just everywhere. And usually when you have pests like this, you have to have several different means to get rid of them, okay? But that is not the case when you're using your Bell+Howell pest repellers, because it's a one and done. You plug them in and you forget that they're there, and they work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, here's why it's important to have one in every single room in the house, because as Natasha was mentioning a moment ago, they use ultrasonic sound waves, okay? Now, it's a frequency that we can't hear. Your kids won't hear it, your dogs, your cats, your pets, they're not going to hear it. The rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, the spiders, they hear it, and it doesn't kill them, it repels them. It makes them want to run out of the house. They want to get away from the sound that comes from these. Now, why every room? Think about what happens with sound waves, okay? When you have a sound wave that's being emitted from a speaker, you'll hear an echo sometimes, depending on the kind of room that you're in. Okay. That echo is because those sound waves are going out and hitting a solid object and bouncing back, okay? That's what the ultrasonic sound waves do as well. Even though we can't hear it, they bounce out and then they just start bouncing around the room. And that's really what gets the rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, and the spiders, is the fact that it's this cacophony of sound. Wow. Where it's just, thank you, where it's just bouncing off of every solid surface, and it just gives us, it just confuses them, so they want to leave, okay? They want to get out of your house, which to me is what I want. I don't want them dying in my house. I don't want poisons around kids and pets. I just want them to leave.
Yes, it's always that sweet spot of where can I leave this bait or that, where it's not going to be touched by any hands. Yep. It's not going to be touched by any pets.
That's right.
And also just knowing that something is working without having to inhibit my own peace of mind.
Right.
The best thing about this is you're going to put maybe 1 or 2 in the kitchen. Think about not seeing the roaches, not seeing the spiders. A spider in the bathroom will ruin any day because you never want to get in the shower again. Yep. These are just the set it and forget it and watch how much your life is improved with a very simple approach to something that can often be really overwhelming.
No, well, and it's a big, so most of the methods that are out there, you're either paying somebody else to do it, and you're going to pay them $100 or more a month to come out and spray around your house. That's true. Okay? Or you're playing amateur exterminator, where you're the one who's going out and you're the one that is going out and buying all the poisons and the sprays and the baits and the traps. And guess what? You can't just use one spray for all insects. You got to have a separate one for the ants, a separate one for the roaches. I mean, and there's a lot involved there. And then when you start getting into your rats and your mice, that's a whole other thing. Forget about everything else you bought. Now you got to go out and buy more stuff. And if you look at this little bin that I've got here, so this is your standard mouse trap, the one that we all know. These things, by the way, crazy dangerous. Oh, I mean, they really, really are. Look, I didn't lose a finger right there. They're really, really dangerous. This stuff, even more dangerous. Okay, this one's gonna hurt. This one will kill you. This is the rat poison down here, the green stuff. And believe it or not, my dog's favorite chew toys are that same color. They look exactly like that. I don't want that stuff in my house. And that's why with the Bell+Howell Pest Repellers, you plug them in and you forget that they're there. They just work whether you're home or not.
How long will one plug-in last?
You know what? Everybody asks that question. I have some that are at least a decade old. They're still working. Still working. Because what they are essentially is tiny little speakers that emit a sound. So unless something, they have an accident, they get crushed, something pokes them or whatever, they're going to last and last and last. And again, the only way you can tell is that that little red light is going to flash every once in a while. Although, I'm going to show you something kind of cool. Okay. Because you know I'm cool.
Yeah,
all right.
You love your gadgets.
I do love gadgets. So this is an ultrasonic leak detector, okay? And this is actually what people use to detect leaks in gas lines, because when gas comes out of a pinhole in a gas line, it makes an ultrasonic sound wave, okay? There's a little tiny microphone in the front of this. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around to the front, okay? And I'm going to press this button, and it's going to listen for the sound, for the ultrasonic sound. Okay, so I'm going to place this right about here, and I'm going to press that button. And what you're going to see is every time the red light flashes on there, there's a little red LED ball that's going to bounce back and forth on my screen. You see that moving?
Wow.
Now, notice it's not moving when I'm talking. It only moves when the LED comes on. So that's when it's emitting an ultrasonic sound wave. So for all of you who's at home right now, they're saying like, yeah, it's just a red light that flashes. No, it's not. It's emitting that sound wave. It's just that none of us in this room can hear it. Although Deb Byers is acting a little weird, so she might be able to hear it. I don't know. But most people can't hear it. No, nobody can hear it. No people.
My producer is saying it's like a Ghostbuster thing that you have there, trying to sense the energy. Right. Okay, so I want to remind everyone, I have a pest guy that comes in. He's $100 a month. Yep. And you still sometimes see things, but it's basically, it's poison, it's spray, it's you don't want them coming in your home every month.
Stranger danger.
But think about the cost on these. You're getting 12, so it's about $3 total per unit.
That's right.
If you had $3 equaling 10 years of protection in your kitchen from the mice, from the rats, from the cockroaches, from the ants, from the spiders. If you had $3 and you said, well, I'll give you three $1 bills and you'll protect my bathroom for 10 years from mice, from cockroaches, from rats. I hope that there's not the rats in the bathroom, but this is anywhere. They can come from anything. It can be weather related. It can be neighbor related. Sometimes you don't have the control you wish you had over your pest problems. $3 a room? No doubt, I would say $3 a room for 10 years. Please take my money, take 10 times that money.
Yes.
Because that's what I'm spending already just to have someone spray around.
And even if you do it yourself, okay, you're investing time and money because you've got to buy all the sprays, and then you have to be the one that puts them out there. And guess what happens? They wear off, so you've got to go spray it again. And then eventually you run out, so you've got to go out and buy more. And let me tell you something, too. If you wait until you actually see a pest in your house, a rat, a mice, an ant, a roach, a spider, and you're buying this stuff, it's too late. You've already got an infestation. If you see one ant, there's probably 1,000. If you see one roach, there's 100. I mean, that's the thing about them. Did you know, let's talk about the other ones, the ones that I really hate, which are the rats and the mice, okay? Did you know that a rat can fit through a hole the size of a nickel?
I don't want to talk about that,
A full-grown rat can fit through a hole the size of a nickel. Oh, wait, you don't want to talk about that. I got something you're going to want to talk about even less. Listen to this. So cockroaches, people think like the big solution is to kill the cockroaches, okay? If it's a German cockroach, which is the most common kind that we have here in the United States, and you kill a female that's bearing eggs, she will jettison the egg sacs and they will still hatch. And it's not one egg sac or two, it's thousands of them, okay? So killing them is not the solution. What you want to do is you want them to be driven out of your house, go away, send them to Natasha's house, send them to Deb's house, anywhere else other than your house.
And never heard jettison the egg sacs. I would have been just fine. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
We only have 30 seconds left, and I know that we have some of you waiting online right now. So again, please, if you're interested in cutting that
One
line,
for every
you
room.
can open up your camera phone, point it at the black and white square. It's right there. Oh, cut away. And that is going to send you right to the front of the line so you can check out all 12 of the Bell+Howell Pest Repellers.